this is what my Lightfall readathon looks like at the end now. I have managed to visit 3 shops and I was aiming for 4, but I did manage to go to the Rich Pigeon Pub, the Arcane Goods store and the Winter Vanimals store. And then if you're interested, here you can see all of the self-care things I did during the readathon. I did quite a lot of them, but I chose one for every day to kind of sign off, basically. So yeah, I think it looks like I take good care of myself, but is that the truth? I don't know. Sometimes I do. But this was also really fun to actually make an effort to do one of those things every day. So that was a very nice little addition to the readathon. Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today is the 18th of December. We are officially in the week before Christmas. And I will start the second part of this reading vlog. Not quite sure what will happen because the first part was already 50 minutes long. Why do I talk so much? Somebody stop me. But today I'm quite in a rush, so that will probably not happen. But I quickly wanted to update you that last night I finished reading Whiteout by Dhonielle, Clayton, Tiffany D. Jackson, Nick Stone, Angie Thomas, Ashley Woodfolk, and Nicola Yoon. This is a book where we have kind of a framing stories and then we get little short stories about other characters who are related to the frame story. So I had already talked about, I think, the first 2 full stories in my previous vlog, and yesterday I read all of the rest. So the third story was about Jordan, who is stuck in a car on an interstate or something with the person she kissed a year ago, but then he said sorry and she ran away and they haven't talked since, but now they're stuck in traffic and in the snow, and it is about the question whether they will actually find the courage to talk about what happened. That one was very cute. I'm pretty sure that this was the Angie Thomas story and I really liked it. Definitely a cute one. Then the next full story was Jimmy, and this is a story about a girl who's really into music and she wants to be a rock star one day, but she hates love songs, and the reason for that is a guy she had a crush on in school who now is a famous rapper, and by chance they do meet again, and yeah. It's just about them figuring stuff out a little bit. That one was also very cute. I always love kind of romances with famous people. I don't know why, but it just humanizes them in a way, so you remember that they're actual people, and I do enjoy that. And lastly, we have Ava and Mason, and these two have been together, but they've recently broken up because Mason is going off to college and Ava thinks that then it doesn't make sense to stay together, but they're both into sea animals, so they're both working at the aquarium, and that's where they are stuck together and have to face some things. And again, I really liked it. It was so super cute. And then lastly, we have the whole framing story with Stevie and Sola. I think I talked about that a little bit in the previous vlog. Basically, Stevie is a very nerdy person who likes to do experiments, and she does an experiment about love to show that it is mainly hormones. Since Sola, her girlfriend, is a very romantic person, she feels very hurt by that experiment, and then something else happens and they have this huge fight, and now Stevie is trying to pull off this like big apology where she basically asked all of her friends to help her, and that's kind of the frame story. And again, I thought it was cute. I think that the whole conflict thing was a little bit constructed in a way, but it's still like everything how it came together in the end was very sweet. Just made me feel warm and fuzzy inside, so I really enjoyed that as well. And overall, I gave this book 4 stars, and I would recommend. I really hope they make this into a movie because it would be perfect. And yeah, so fun and sweet and a little bit chaotic. Really enjoyed that one. Now I'm also about 40% into my current audiobook, Kingdom of Sweets by Erika Johansen. This is a Nutcracker reimagining, I would say. We do have the twist that Clara, the actual protagonist of the original story, has a twin sister, and they're kind of cursed. At their christening, this magician shows up and he assigns Clara to be light and then Natasha, the sister, to be dark, and we're following how that impacts their lives. And there something happened that I did not see coming. And I'm very intrigued to see how it goes now, because this is not the story I signed up for, but it's the story I will get, and I want to hear it, so I'll update you how it's going later. So today is the 19th of December. Last night I went to a Christmas market nearby, which was really lovely. I had some nice hot drinks and some fried food, which is always the best. And I did quite a bit of reading on the train. So I started a little project. I started reading This Is How You Lose the Time War by Amal, El-Mohtar and Max Gladstone. And this is going to be my 100th book. So I'm doing a complete reading vlog for that, because I've never read 100 books before in my life in a year. So that's exciting. And this is also the reason why I won't really talk about it here, but if you're watching this vlog, the other vlog will already be up, so you can go and check it out and see what I thought about this very hyped book. Okay, let's do it. There it is. We did it! Whoop whoop! So today is the 22nd of December. I'm in the middle of, wrapping up gifts and stuff, but we're gonna unbox our Secret Santas that we did on Yolene's Discord. I will link her channel down below. It's Yolene Reads, and we're gonna unwrap our Secret Santas in 3 minutes, so I wanted to film it, so maybe my Secret Santa can watch it if they want, but I still have 3 minutes, so a quick reading update. Just in the bathtub, I finished reading This Is How You Lose the Time War. I don't even know if I mentioned it already, but this was my 100th book of the year, so yay! I read 100 books this year, and I will probably read more, so that's super exciting. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite 5 stars for me. I think I will give it 4 stars, but I really enjoyed it, and I will have an in-depth vlog where you can hear all about my thoughts if you're interested. So that happened. Also, I'm almost done with my audiobook Kingdom of Sweets. I think I will finish it tomorrow, because tomorrow I will drive to my parents' house, which is around a 2.5 or 3 hour drive. So I want to start a new audiobook then. So I will probably try to finish Kingdom of Sweets before I go, and yeah, we'll see how it goes. I think it will end up being like a 3 or 3.5 stars. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite what I expected, but I'll talk more in depth when it's done, because now the clock is ticking down and it's time to unbox my Secret Santa. So here it is. Let's see. It has arrived a while ago, so I have been staring at it for quite some time, and I was a little bit unsure what it would be, because I simply forget the books I put on my wish list. So it's gonna be a big surprise. The package is open. I'm waiting for it to be 8 o'clock, because, you know, I'm silly like that. You wouldn't even know. Okay, let's see. Oh no. Okay. No, this is a spoiler. Oh, it's Tanya. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so excited that you're my Secret Santa. Oh, I can't even talk right now. I'm so excited. I already saw one of the books, so let's see. I will show you before I see them. There they are. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I am so excited. Okay, so we have The Tangleroot Palace by Marjorie Liu. Now this is one of the authors of the Monstrous series, and if you look at the cover you can definitely see that this is a very similar art style, but this is actually a novel, and I haven't heard really anything about it, but if you see this cover, like, don't you want to read it? So, oh my god, that's so exciting. And then the other one, I'm so excited about this one as well. Gingerbread by Helen Oyeyemi. Oh my god. So I just recently read my first Helen Oyeyemi and it went really well. So this was the next one I wanted to try, and it's very fitting for winter. So, oh my god, I'm so excited. Oh, these are perfect. I can't wait. I can't wait to read them. Thank you so much, Tanya. You picked the perfect books. I mean, obviously I would have loved all of the ones on my wish list, but these are just so great, and I hope I will actually get around to reading them this year or next year. We'll see. Oh, I'm so excited. Okay, so now everyone is starting sending pictures, which is really exciting because it's just so much more fun if you're sharing it, you know? So I will do that in a second, but I actually do have another package that I want to sneak into. It's from one of my friends, and yeah, since I will leave to spend Christmas with my family, I want to unwrap it tonight. I'm just that bitch. Okay, I'm in. This took a while. Oh my god, the card is so sweet. Oh, it's a book, it's a book, it's a book. Okay, let's see. No, oh my god, she got way too much for me. No, I feel bad. Okay, let's see. Let's see. The paper is also so cute. It's more than one book. Oh my, okay. Okay, it's a book and a sample. Ooh. Okay, so this is another feminist book, I think. It's a very weird texture. It's like in between a hardcover and a softcover. I don't know how to describe it. It's weird, but okay. Interesting. So it is, the translation would be The Untold Story, Die unerzählte Geschichte. So yeah, this sounds very fascinating. How I hate people who are the same age as me and have fancy books out. Okay, and then we have a thriller little sampler that probably came with the book. So that's great because I have read 2 of the like feminist books she gave me in the last couple of years in 2023, and those were both quite interesting. Oh, this is a hot chocolate in a glass. I got her something quite similar, so that's perfect. Perfect. And then, oh my god, this is too much. This is too much, you guys. And she got me something from Rituals, which I love. I love Rituals, and I never get it for myself. I only ever get it as gifts. Look at this box. Oh, Rituals is just so great for gifts and such. Is it that yellow line? I haven't tried that one yet. Okay, we got there. Oh yes, it is the yellow line. So the Ritual of Mare? I don't know. Okay, this is great. So we have the Energizing Foaming Shower Gel, which is awesome. The Nourishing Shower Oil, which is also lovely. The Loving Body Cream. Oh, and even a little candle. Oh, that's so cool. That is so cool. Oh, that's way too much, honestly. Oh my god. Okay, guys, I'm spoiled and it's not even Christmas yet. What am I doing? I hope this was entertaining to watch, and I'll talk to you tomorrow with more book updates.
Getting other people to give us gifts, and then maybe also something on the side. So I guess Stanley isn't really trying to...
So today's the 23rd of December. And I have finished another book, so it's time for an update. Today is one of those days where it doesn't really get light outside, so I'm sorry if this looks a bit odd. I finished The Kingdom of Sweets by Erika Johansen last night. I'm not quite sure whether I ever updated you on that. Why are these out? Oh gosh. This book is supposedly a Nutcracker retelling, and I always really liked the Nutcracker story. A couple of years ago I also read the original fairy tale by E.T.A. Hoffmann, and so I was really excited for this book, but unfortunately it did not really work for me. I think this would have been better if it was not a Nutcracker retelling, because really it doesn't have anything to do with the story. We do have some similarities, like some of the names, the like first glimpse of the Kingdom of Sweets, but then it just goes its own different way, and I think you really didn't need the Nutcracker elements for this to be a dark fairy tale. I just don't know. I was disappointed. I decided to give it 3.5 stars. I don't think that it is a bad story, but it was completely different from what I expected, and I just don't think it is a good retelling or reimagining. Similar to These Violent Delights, I would say that if you go in expecting a retelling, this is not gonna work. But yeah, if you are fine with it being a completely different story, then this might work better for you. Now, there are a few things that really bothered me. For example, for the longest time it is very unclear where the book is actually set, but at the end we actually learn it is set in Russia for some reason, and the original story is very clearly set in Germany. So I don't even know why, you know, like what's the point? And so it tries to bring in history in the end as well. And so at the end of the book we do get World War I, and I just felt like obviously you can do that, you can set the story in Russia, but then all of the names were still German names. Why? I don't understand. Like the only Russian name for like the main characters was Natasha, the new character that was invented by Erika Johansen. So I really didn't understand why that was all done, and it just confused me more than anything, to be honest. So yeah, the storyline itself, it's like completely its own thing. I think there is a message there somewhere, even though it is a little bit hard to untangle, but I think in the end it is kind of about forgiveness in a way. But I just wanted it to go completely different. I feel like the part that I wanted to see from the story, we don't get. Because yeah, then the book ends. Like when the thing that I wanted to have happens, the book's finished. So that was unfortunate. As I said, it's not a bad book. It's just not what I wanted to get. So that's always sad when that happens. So next up, I'm gonna listen to The Afterlife of Holly Chase. So going from a disappointing retelling to one of my favorites, and now my lights just went out. Great. And this is a retelling of A Christmas Carol. I have listened to it so many times before, but it's just one of my favorite stories. It is very quirky, but I love it. It just really works for me. So I can't wait to do that little reread while I'm driving later today. I think listening to a book that I already know inside out is a good idea, so I can still focus on the cars, but still have something to entertain me for hours and hours. And then since I finished reading This Is How You Lose the Time War last night, I now have the difficult decision which book I'm gonna read or focus on next. I have two options. I do still have The Sinister Mystery of the Mesmerizing Girl, where I am still not quite halfway through, so half of this book to read. And this is the final book in this Athena Club series. And then I also have Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong, which is the conclusion to this first duology of these violent delights. So these are my options and probably the next books I want to pick up. And then I have two more books I really want to read this year. My gut feeling right now would be to finish The Sinister Mystery. I will pick one book to take along, and I feel like The Sinister Mystery would be the easier choice just because I'm in the middle of it already, and I probably won't have a lot of time for reading when I'm with my family. I'll update you probably once I'm back and I, have all the time to read. Look who's next, dressed by Christmas at all. So today is the 26th of December. I'm back home. I do still have a migraine, unfortunately. Over Christmas, when I spent time with my family, I got quite a bad migraine, but I arrived back home last night, and this morning I had to bring back the car because I rented a car, and since then I've been pretty much lying on the couch with the cat, trying to catch up on some sleep, which helped quite a lot. So now it's around noon, and I think it is time to start my last couple of days of reading. We have 6 more days of this year, and I have 5 more days that I would like to finish. 5 more books, sorry. That's the migraine. I have 5 more books that I would like to finish, and I have no idea whether this is possible. So let me just show you my super ambitious end of the year TBR. So I still have a little bit more than half of The Sinister Mystery of the Mesmerizing Girl, which I think is gonna be the first book I will prioritize and read, and hopefully I could finish that tomorrow. We'll see. And the next one I don't have, I will get as an ebook, is Elantris by Brandon Sanderson, which is the next priority, basically. So we'll see how long that takes me. I have no idea. It's probably long and fantasy, but we'll see. We'll just see. We'll try our best. Then next priority is Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong, and this is obviously the finale to this first duology in that world. I have to make sure the cat isn't eating my cake behind me. So yeah, I really want to finish this year, or at least start it. What's happening? Can you see that? Do you see her little ass disappearing in the shelf? What's happening? That's all my Christmas gifts down there. So she's a little bit interested in those. So next priority. And then last but not least, we have Little Nothing by Marisa Silver. This would be a reread, and I did a kind of rereading vlog where I still need to read this one for, and I don't remember anything about this book, so that's why I wanted to reread it. So these would be the books that I would read with my eyeballs, and then I also have my audiobook, The Afterlife of Holly Chase. I'm about halfway through of that one. It's also a reread. I'm really enjoying it. It's just a comfort read for me that I read every other Christmas. This is a Christmas Carol retelling, so I always switch it up. So last year I reread A Christmas Carol. This year I'm rereading The Afterlife of Holly Chase, and so on and so on. So yeah, I'm really liking it. It is a bit weird. It is YA, but I like it. It's cute. It's comforting to me. And it was very easy to listen to while I was driving because I already knew what was going on. So when it would get a little more challenging to drive, which it did, because the weather was a big asshole to me, because basically the last big town before I would have arrived at my mom's house, I suddenly ended up being stuck in the snow, which suddenly appeared out of nowhere after a drive full of rain. I was thinking, oh my god, imagine if all of that was snow. And then I didn't have to imagine anymore. So that was great. But yeah, so yeah, when the drive got a little bit more challenging, obviously I could zone out of the audiobook a little bit because I already knew what was going on anyway. So those are the 5 books that I still hope to finish this year, and I don't think I will do it, but I'm nothing but ambitious, so let's get reading. One thing I forgot is that I still need to finish this book, and now the cat is eating my cake, so let me stop her. But this is also still on the TBR. Today is the 27th of December, and I just finished reading the Sinister Mystery of the Mesmerizing Girl by Theodora Goss. I am going to do a complete reading vlog for this whole series. So right now I'm just gonna say I gave it 3.5 stars. It was completely fine, but I'm still disappointed because I wanted this to be so much better. Because obviously I go into books expecting them to be 4 or 5 stars. And this just wasn't. It was fine, but as I said, if you want to hear more, go to that vlog as soon as it's up. And I think the next book I will start now is All Violent Ends by Gong. Now, the highest priority, as I said yesterday, is Elantris by Brandon Sanderson, but I'm still waiting for a coupon to arrive via email so I can get a digital copy of the book. The coupon has not arrived yet, but I think it will tomorrow, so I'll probably start that tomorrow. And in the meantime, I'll just get started on All Violent Ends, and we'll see how it goes. So far, so good. I mean, I'm only planning on reading a 500 and a 600 page book in the last few days of the year. What could go wrong? Luckily, I had no intention of editing my video now. So today's the 28th of December. I just came back from grocery shopping, so if I look a little bit sweaty, that's why. But I quickly wanted to mention that I started reading Our Violent Ends yesterday. I got 30 pages into it last night, and so far I'm really liking it, but obviously not a lot has happened yet. But I'm going to switch now to Elantris because I finally got my ebook copy. So we'll see what happens next. But for today, I'm reading Elantris. So it is the end of the year. 2023 is officially over, and so it is time to end this vlog as well. Now I have 3 books to update you on before I let you go, I believe. So I did finish my audiobook of The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cythia Hand. This was a reread that I very much enjoyed. I just love this book. It always gives me the cozy Christmas vibes, and it was just lovely to come back to it. It is a Christmas Carol retelling, but very much its own story, and it's just one that I very much enjoy, so I gave it 4.5 stars. Again, as I did all the other times before. And then I did finish reading Elantris. There will be a whole reading vlog full of my thoughts for that if you're interested. This one is a high fantasy story that definitely took me by surprise. I really enjoyed reading it and spending time with these characters. And in the end I decided to give this one 4.5 stars as well. And then last but not least, I pushed through last night and finished Me and White Supremacy. Full transparency, I did not do the prompts for the second half of the book. I was meaning to do it, but then I just kept putting it off and putting it off. So I was like, yeah, I'm never gonna do it. Let's be real. So I just finished reading the book. So I would be able to, you know, talk about it a little bit, but I did not do what this book is actually for. in the end. So I gave this one 3 stars. Unfortunately, I did not really vibe with it, and there are many reasons for that. If you go to the more negative reviews of this book on Goodreads, there were quite a few points that I definitely agreed on. For example, some person wrote that this is a book that is so simplistic in a way that it is very easy to take apart and make fun of, and I think that's absolutely true. This book really doesn't go very deep. I have said before that this feels very much like it's still an Instagram story and not a book. So I was quite disappointed with this. I also found the prompts not to be very inspiring to engage with the topic. You would read about something like, I don't know, white silence, and then the prompt would be something like, when did you use white silence? And I'm like, you know, it doesn't really help me reflect, I guess. And another Goodreads review also said that the examples in here weren't really examples. So there is always this section of like, how can this and this appear in the world or something like that. And the examples given there were still so abstract. Sometimes there were examples, but then it would get muddled so easily. And for example, this was talking about, I'm not quite sure which chapter this was on. Tokens. It was tokens. I'm sorry, I'm so all over the place. But it is because all of these things are so much connected that looking at them separately is very hard, in my opinion, and I'm not quite sure whether that makes any sense. But I think it was the chapters on token where she talked about the school that her daughter or daughters, I'm not quite sure, go to, and that the teachers there who were diverse were only tokens. And I found this to be a very problematic statement because I know that what she was trying to say was that she had the feeling that the school was not doing enough to become more diverse, but saying about someone else that they are just a token is rude. I'm sorry, but it objectifies these teachers and tells them, well, you're only working there so they can say they have a black teacher, and I think that's rude. I don't know. So I felt like this book was definitely undercomplex in a lot of its parts. The examples weren't always very great, and sometimes I felt like the author was doing what she was trying to tell you not to do. And then also with the writing style, she uses a lot of second person. So she will be like, you feel like this and that now, and that is okay because you are doing the work. But when you're reading this and you're not feeling the way that she's describing, you think you're doing something wrong. And that is very dangerous because I think that this book will only benefit a very narrow group of people, and that's usually people who have not really engaged with any kind of discrimination before, and they are just starting to learn, and they are in a context like the US or maybe the UK. But a lot of these examples just did not apply to what I experience in my everyday life, and for a lot of these examples I was like, I never had an opportunity to do this just because Germany is a lot more white than other countries. Like, it is slowly changing, but only slowly. So yeah, if it's like, remember back in your childhood, how did this and that happen to people of color around you? I'm like, there were no people of color around me when I lived in my white as fuck village when I grew up. It just, yeah. So I just didn't really like how this book made me feel like it was my fault I wasn't gaining anything from it, when I think that it is not only my fault. And so yeah, I'm happy if this helped you, but it did nothing for me, to be honest. And 3 stars is a kind rating from me. So that would be my last update. In total, I finished 105 books in 2023, which is incredible. I've never read so much in my life. I don't know if I want to repeat that next year. or whether I want to try to find a little bit more balance again with some of my other hobbies. We'll see about that, but I hope you enjoyed watching this vlog. If you did, leave a like or a nice comment. I always appreciate those. And then I will talk to you with all of the end of the year, beginning of the new year content. I'm very excited to share that, and so I hope you will enjoy that as well.
So
Bye.
Here is my finished lottery ticket with all the prompts that I did. So I did add over 600 pages for Elantris, winter vibes for the Afterlife of Holly Chase, and I think the other ones I updated you on. Cozy was Whiteout, and repeat author was Kingdom of Sweets, and yeah, you can see most of that in my TBR video as well as I planned it out.